Thomas and welcome to my leathercraft channel. Please consider subscribing if you are interested in leathercrafting. I have made such video 2 years ago, lot of new subscribers over these years, usually people don't check old videos. Also I have some new tips, and this is probably one of the most repetitive questions on social media for me. What do you use? How do you do that? And etc. I mean edge finishing. So I decided to make video on how I finish edges once again. First of all, I want to mention some key moments which plays important role on final look of leather edges. Type of leather tanning. Nice glossy looking edges possible only on quality vegetable tanned leather. Some of you might disagree with me and say that with chrome tanned leather also could be made nice edges. If you think so, let it be. In my opinion, it's not even close to what you can do with vegetable tanned craft edges. For my crafts I use veg tan, Butter, Pueblo and Minerva leather. Also I use Horween shell cordon. As leather before was a live organic substance, its properties slightly vary even in the same article of leather. Some hides would be slightly softer and some would be slightly denser. And these properties also affect edge finishing. Even the same article leather but different color has slightly different feeling, and it also makes some impact on edge finishing. I believe it's because different dyeing agents are used in process. Try to cut your leather pieces for craft from same place and same direction. I mean, when pieces will be glued, it helps achieve better results if leather fibers have same cut direction. And lastly, when gluing parts, make sure you press it with good pressure. I use these tongs and binder clips for that. Also want to mention, don't expect to make an absolutely perfect mirror looking edge on every craft. And if you made a perfect edge, don't expect it to look the same for a while, as the craft you made will be used and definitely will be affected. With that being said, let's jump into the actual edge finishing process. On this particular showcase I use veg tan Pueblo leather, but my process is absolutely the same for all leather articles I'm using. Just after glue dries, I roughly flatten the edge with rotary Dremel tool with 320 grit sanding drum on it. When I think it's good, I replace the sanding drum to one which is significantly used, and I would say equivalent to something like 1000 grit sanding paper. After that I'm making a groove for seam, beveling the edges, making stitching holes, stitching the card holder, and after all that I'm coming back for final edge finish. First step, I apply Tokonol and use wooden slicker to flatten the fibers. After I'm sanding edge with 1000 grit sanding paper. Regarding sanding, usually the best way to sand one direction. Just watch how the edge reacts. If it bristles, change the direction. After I apply Tokonol again, spread it with finger and gently rub with piece of canvas. If you rub Tokonol firmly and fast, it will look not glossy. I believe it's because of temperature rising during friction. Then I'm repeating this process with more fine sanding paper a few times, till I'm happy how the edge looks. Usually I use 1000, 1200 and 1500 grit sanding paper during all process. After all the sanding I apply toconal, gently rub with canvas, and finally rubbing canvas into Columbus wax and applying on the edge. It gives more shine for the edge. I have some tips if the leather is quite soft and hardly give up on sanding. I use electric leather greaser with flat tip to gently burn edge, and it might help with sanding. One more trick I make if even previous trick doesn't help, I apply very thin layer of colorless fibbing edge coat agent. Do not apply thick layer, let the agent kinda soak into edge, and then it dries, it becomes not so soft and easier to sand. It's how I make edge finish on my craft. I do not say I am doing it perfect, I just show what I found works for me over a few years in leather crafting. If you have a better way, you are welcome to make it as you want. That's it guys, hope it helps in your leather craft. Your questions and critique are welcome in comment section. I'm just one man army, so if you can support me in any of these ways, I would be very appreciated. My crafts and PDF templates could be found on my webshop strhandmade.com. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye!